This is what happens when you get to Denver.
Slice it down to tender size.
Time to head up the mountain. I was completely sick on the way down. Dude, I appreciate you. I look forward to seeing you. Leadville, the Redemption, Part 2. The training camp. There is no better way to understand a course and acclimatise to its conditions than running it itself. And that is what this weekend is all about. 10 mates challenging themselves to complete 3 phases of the course. Day 1, we have May Queen to Fish Hatchery and back, including the power line. Day 2, we have half pipe into Twin Lakes and that grueling effort back out, returning back to half pipe. And then day 3, the treacherous Double Hope Pass, where you climb 3,800 meters twice. Let's not forget that Leadville begins at 10,500 feet of elevation. Denver alone is 5,500 feet. Most of the legends in this training camp are already training or living in Denver. Going from New York City to the altitude of Leadville in hours is the equivalent of adding an additional 30 beats per minute to whatever exercise you are doing. Let's get to Leadville. Plane leaves in about just over 2.5 hours, so time to pack. All the goodies. I'm even taking the creatine, we're gonna take some electrolytes, we're gonna take some G1M, and I've got to find a way to also get in my Go Gels and also some Go Bars. So one of the biggest things is actually taking into account how much you are going to be eating. Remember, I've got a target about 300 calories per hour, or just under 100 grams of carbs. So consolidating all of this is essential. Cannot forget the boobies. Take some sticks too. Between 350 to 750 milligrams of sodium is what you require every hour, depending on how much you sweat. So if I'm exercising for 3 hours, I'm a heavy sweater. It's probably like around 2,000 milligrams of electrolytes I need. Cannot find my Vaseline, that's gonna be a must before I run. All right, team, long story short, got to the airport, plane wasn't ready. So instead of me staying there an extra 4 hours and landing in, say, Denver at 3 a.m. in the morning and potentially having the worst sleep ever, I've come back home, I've booked a flight early and just shown the intentionality behind why it is important to put you and sleep first. So we're actually going to get an early flight in the morning, but I'm going to get a good night's sleep tonight and hopefully be in the green on Whoop tomorrow. So see you in the morning. Arrived in Denver. So the air is slightly thin here. This is what happens when you get to Denver.
I'm the older, better looking version of Dan.
Yeah, pretty much. And it's you've got the Red Rock, you've got maybe the mountains, and you've got Eric's and Sarah's and Blaze's Muscle Mountain. These are the key features of Denver if you are so fortunate to become friends with this legend here. Now, dude, what have we got on this weekend?
Leadville training camp, baby. This is your redemption.
The redemption.
The redemption
The
tour.
redemption. You smashed 100 miles on the bike last year.
Yeah.
You can do it again, even faster. What was your time last year?
8:45.
Okay. And what do you
Shoot for 8, sub 8:30.
Alright, so we're going to do a little bit of work in the sauna. Not too much, but this is just more for my headspace because I just it's here and I always love to get at Eric's house. We're going to hit here, do some contrast, do some cold. Then we go up the mountain and we've got our first loop today. So you start at 10,000 feet relative and then you go down, you run around a lake. It's honestly actually quite a lovely run. But at 4 a.m. in the morning when you start and you got your vibes high, it's the best part of the whole thing because 20 something hours later, you're not exactly feeling hot. How you feeling, Blake?
I feel really good. I actually, dude, I'm nursing a little adductor strain, but
fucking lame.
Honestly, we're here in Leadville. We're in Colorado. There's no turning back at this point.
Yeah,
we're gonna do the whole thing.
We're gonna do the whole thing. It's gonna suck.
But we're 4 weeks out, This is probably my peak week right here. This is gonna be it. 5,000 feet more to go.
5,000, exactly. Yeah.
We're only halfway there. So this is a slow introduction.
Yeah.
We are going to take a little bit of an experiment with Powerline, May Queen hike. It'll be about 4 hours. Nothing too saucy to start. This is the redemption tour.
This fucker.
Yeah.
This guy. You.
So we're gonna test them out and make sure Dan's good to go so that we can high five the finish line here in a few weeks.
Heck yeah.
Good girl. Okay, we've got the crew. time to head up the mountain.
All you chefs out there, take your chicken breast, slice them down to tender sizes. You get way more seasoning and surface area, and they all cook even. They're delicious.
Here's the thing. Around this time, you need to be having more white bread than anything fibrous. We're about to go up the mountain. You want simple carbs. You want to get that glycogen stored as quick as possible. And actually having minimal fat. So thank you so much, Bickle, for doing chicken breast. So it's minimal fat, lean, so the fat does not slow down the ability to take on the nutritional value of protein and carbs. Mum, I'm sorry that I'm eating with my mouth open. All right, team, we've just actually arrived in Leadville.
I'm chilly right now.
Are you cold?
I am cold. Look, I have goosebumps.
It's 2 p.m.
Warm me up.
in July. Do a double espresso.
Double shot.
Yeah. Just want to show you guys something. Look at this. So last night, as you guys know, I decided not to travel that last night's effort and get an early flight this morning. Well, I think it worked out. Just encountered some lovely ladies. So where'd you guys start?
We started in Denver.
Which is about, what, 110 miles?
140 on the trail.
Okay, and then you've got another 300 to go.
Yeah.
And then you met Matt, myself, and Eric, and you said we're savages for doing the Leadville 100.
Just 100 miles.
100. This is why this is amazing. This place puts everything into perspective. You're not a savage unless you do minimum 200 miles. And these girls just are built different. Put a shirt on, DC. Put a shirt on, Choi. Day one, I'd say kind of unsuccessful for me, given the fact I wasn't able to do the full 4-hour leg, which was the out and back effort. I really wanted to do the power line, which is the uphill. Unfortunately, just had to probably be really smart and mature and not push the knee. It was giving me a little bit of instability and pain on the way down. So tomorrow we've got a relatively easier route, I would say, when we go out to, we start at what's called Outward Bound and head out to Twin Lakes, and then we go and return back. So it's gonna be a good day. 9 o'clock start, and then we rip some food, right, Choi?
Burritos.
Burritos, baby.
Coffee
and burritos.
Banana
See you in the
bread.
morning for burritos and coffee. It doesn't even, it's like, are you missing sleep? Day 2, half pipe to Twin Lake and back. A section that is a lot more challenging than we give credit for. It is these times where you're sitting in a comfy chair and you're thinking, I can do Leadville, and everything's nice. And then you're in a position where whatever event you're going for becomes with a challenge, and you can make a decision which way you want to go. Just keep chipping away. Keep chipping away. And despite less of a downhill, it was the moment I realized it was now or never. I needed to get my knee checked. So we had a second wave after checking at Winfield, the halfway point of the Leadville 100. I was completely sick on the way down. Altitude sickness, was throwing up, dry reaching. I'm so glad this is happening now and not a month's time. I'm staying well ahead of my eats on this way up this hill because I know it's going to happen. We've got a lot of switchbacks. The backside of Hope Pass is extremely steep. So you want to preserve your legs as you're going up the mountain and not even just thinking for a second to really just send it, in my opinion. Be okay with super long miles, the longest miles you'll do for the whole course. Because once you get to the top, you start moving gradually downhill. You start to get momentum and just get back into Twin Lakes as healthy as possible. Hope's Pass is where souls are taken. If you make it back, you have a decent chance of completing the course. But this is where the majority of the participants DNF. It is also where I snapped my ligament last year.
1%. That's not very good.
Legends, do you know what we are really happy about this morning? Intentionality, once again. Just be really, really intentional with something, and it's amazing what happens. So yesterday, my body is, my my whole mind, my body was just clouded coming back from Leadville. I even had to call off some podcasts. I just couldn't give the best. And so as a result of just chilling, relaxing and doing minor things like you all can do, like we all can do, make decisions that best suit ourselves for improvement in our performance. So today, raring to go. It has been an incredible weekend, my friend.
Sure has.
Thank you for your hospitality.
You're so welcome.
I look forward to coming back here. I haven't told you this. I'm actually going to come back and probably do a week ahead.
I love it.
Yeah, smart, right?
Let's do it. Very smart.
And that means I already know what's for dinner.
Yeah, steaks
Steak,
every night, baby.
potatoes.
Steak and crispy potatoes.
That's it, every
We
single
crushed
night.
it. Made my hair grow.
What's the one thing we say about our friends? No dickhead policy, right?
No dickhead policy.
Yeah, just be good people. He's picking me up as the first pacer, so he's going to be there for the whole ride. I've got 2 others and a whole crew, so we're going to have a good
your
time.
year, baby.
We're going to have a good time. We're going to do it. Get the buckle. And he's also then the week before me doing 100 miles on the bike.
Much easier than the run.
1 year he's going to do the run.
Yeah,
Thanks,
1 year.
E.